podcast is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Out of the Ashes presents Missing Dad.
I might have ended up on the wrong side of the tracks if Pops wouldn't have pulled me back and said, yo.
Each episode is a thought-provoking interview with people across all walks of life to see how they were affected by missing key pieces in their relationship with their dad.
I told him as a youngster, he'll be the greatest man alive.
And now your hosts, Coley Harris and Omar Melton.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of Missing Dad. I'll be your co-host, Coley Harris.
I'm the other co-host, Omar Melton.
And we are fortunate, blessed, and all of the above to have with us this evening, Mr. Shucky Ducky. Mr. Jermaine Marlo Wright, my brother, my friend. Thank you for coming on, man.
Sir.
We're glad and fortunate to have you here with us, man. That's my son.
Appreciate it.
You know that's my son?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do know.
He looked just like me.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're fortunate to have Mr. Jermaine Marlo Wright with us tonight. I ain't gonna call him Jermaine all night, just so y'all know. I ain't gonna call him Jermaine. I call him Marlo. It is what it is. That's how we do it on both sides of the highway.
Right.
Marlo. Yeah.
What do that mean? Both sides of the highway?
Both sides of the highway? You don't know what both sides of the highway is?
Maybe I know, but for the people that don't know.
Both sides of the highway. So we come from a little community. There's projects on both sides. And back in the day, we say, I'm going across the highway. Or they on Riverside, they say, I'm going across the highway. But it's Martin Luther King. No, not Martin Luther King. Governor Prince.
Governor Prince, yeah.
You know, I get a little confused.
It's all right.
It's Governor Prince Boulevard. We called it a highway. So I'm going across the highway. If I say I'm going across the highway, I'm leaving from over East Lake, going over Riverside. If Marlo say I'm going across the highway, he living from Riverside and coming over East Lake. So on both sides of the highway, same shit, same people, same love, man. I'm blessed. Yo, I'm glad.
I'm glad too.
I'm glad to have you.
I'm glad
here,
to be
man.
here, man.
Yeah, man. This is my man. Let me explain something to y'all, man. Before we get into everything, this is my man. Like, and I put a Facebook post up the other day, and I was talking about it, man. I was thinking about it, and I took my time and wrote it and crafted it and checked my grammar and everything because I wanted to make sure I got it right. We took a picture, and I was looking off to the left because we're doing a fundraiser for MC, right? And I was looking off to the left because something was going on, but when I still took the picture and I did the post and everything right because I want people to understand. Like growing up, we met back in like '87 when we was doing we was working at the city yard. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Poop lives. I still remember you cracking jokes and everything like that back then, right? But we wasn't, you know what I mean, we lived in the same general neighborhood, East Lake, you know what I mean, Riverside, East Lake, it's all in the same, but we didn't hang out together. I didn't really know. That was the first time I really met you. And we was all right, we was cool, but it was when we went down to the other yard is when we really got cool. And I remember back in, I want to say 96. Was it 96 or earlier than that?
Probably early, because I was...
You was 92. Down there.
Yeah, I was down there in 92.
You was down there in 92, but I'm talking about when something happened on the yard, on the compound, and they locked everybody down.
Was that 97?
Was it 96, 97? You probably know better than I do, but it was a situation on the yard, and, you know what I mean, situation happened, and they locked everybody down, and then from there, they started chopping the yard up on the penitentiary, and Marlo went back and...
From MSU.
Old MSU.
Old MSU.
Old Max. He went direct. It's the difference, old Max and new Max. So they got the new MSU maximum security unit and the shoot program, nigga. Secure housing unit. It's a difference. But the old Max was a whole confined different building. And I came over old Max too.
Yeah.
I was over old Max.
Yeah, you was over old Max. You know, you was Black Panther type.
I came to old Max for a minute. They locked my black ass down.
What happened?
Well, they tried to say
Right.
They tried to say that I was trying to incite a riot or a revolt down there. I don't, I don't know. But I was
Right.
over Old Max. I ended up over Old Max, who was a building by itself down in Smyrna, James T. Vaughn Correctional Center, as they call it now. But when you went over there, and I remember us being out on the compound, and I don't know what it was, brother, but something, you know what I mean, it impacted me and touched me, and from that point on, when you got snatched up and you went back there, it wasn't just you, it was a few others, Abdullah Hameen, Gaddis, and a few other brothers that was on the yard with us, man. And when they snatched y'all up and took you back there, you being from my neighborhood and knowing and from the same general neighborhood, I felt compelled, and I reached out, and we stayed in contact, and that's really where our friendship built from that.
Right.
A real, you know what I mean, we came down, was like, hey, what's up, you know what I mean, it's that, but a real bond, a real friendship. Letters, cards, you know what I mean. I can remember going around the compound, and I would get cards. I don't know what it was, man. Oh, Alan, man. I would wake up in the morning, man. I'll be thinking about you, and I would get a card or get somebody to make a card or something, and I would go around, and who was the old head used to make all the cards? Chinaman. I get a card. Is Chinaman still living?
I don't know, man.
Chinaman make the cards, man. He made the beautiful cards, and we go around. I get a card, man. Yo, man, make a card or buy one from commissary. We take them around and send them back to W and over here and over there, and everybody would put words of encouragement on that. Excuse me, because you was fighting the fight for your life,
right?
And we would get them back there to you, and you would send back out, man. And I remember when you came home, that was the first thing that when we talked, you know what I mean, you mentioned that about them cards and stuff like that, man. So it's a blessing. And it's an honor to have you here this evening, man, on our podcast, Missing Dad, man. Yeah. So
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Marlo.
A little bit about myself. Well, I'm from Wilmington, Delaware.
Wilmington or Wilmington?
Woman,
That's how we say it, though. Wilmington.
Yes, I'm from Wilmington, Delaware. I grew up in the streets of Riverside. My mother was a single parent. Pop was alive at that time, back in the 80s, 90s, but, incarcerated, in and out of being incarcerated. He wasn't a fixture in my life, so to speak, but, I did have a stepdad.
Right.
It did have a two-parent home, but, I still was maintaining contact with my father.
Right.
Although, he wasn't there to be that figure in my life.
What did that look like the maintaining contact?
Well, I used to go see him.
Yeah.
It's like deja vu, you know what I mean? Because, I used to go see my dad, and then my kids started coming and seeing me. But the thing about going to see him, I was happy to see him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, that's my pop, that's my dad. But, all the other stuff didn't even matter at that point because I'm in his presence.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was interesting, man. Because, I wanted to come home and, do something, even though I'm little. And mind you, he used to take me, to the store, I ride in his car and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But the deep conversations, that a father and a child supposed to have, didn't exist.
Right.
Yeah. But, we did share something. So, grew up with my mother.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah, beautiful woman. My mom, Dolores.
Beautiful woman.
Dolores Wright.
Yeah.
She raised us, and she raised us to be good kids.
Right.
It's the kid in me that made choices to go beyond the decisions that my mom was making for me as a child.
Right.
Which she had my best interests at heart. But I chose to do different.
Right.
I wanted to be with the crowd rather than the crowd that was over here that was doing, right in school and listening to their parents, so to speak.
Yeah.
So growing up in Riverside, my path started out good, but then it started out bad.
Okay.
Because I involved myself with drugs, using, and then playing with drugs at the same time to obtain some funds.
Right.
But let me weigh in a little bit. So this goes back to the conversations that you and I have had over the years about how, like you watch Paid in Full.
Yeah.
And you've seen over the years talk about that era, 88. So 88, anybody from our era, they know 88. We call 88. 88 is like the golden year for the hood, for crack. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, for crack, for the crack era. And it was a lot going on in the neighborhoods in those times. It was a lot. And I would argue that our generation, growing up, because me and you maybe like a year apart,
right?
If that. In our generation, what we experienced and what we went through from the crack cocaine era to the incarceration, mass incarceration, right, to during that time in the penitentiary, I don't think that anybody had went through what we went through at that particular time. So when you talk about that era, it was more going on than what we can process.
Yes.
Marlo talk about growing up in a 2-parent household with his mom and his beautiful woman, that laid a foundation for him, and having a stepfather there. I grew up in a household with my mother, a beautiful woman, and my father there in the household. I'm telling you that what was going on in the streets was so powerful and so dominant that it overruled all of that, and led us down a pathway of destruction. A pathway of destruction. And I'll say this, and I think about Rock. He always used to say that, we don't make excuses, but there's always reasons. And I'm telling you, the reasoning behind everything that was going on in that neighborhood, in our neighborhoods around that time, man, was focused around that crack and that epidemic that was going on. Nowadays, they make movies about it.
Right.
American, what's that movie with Tom Cruise?
Denzel Washington?
No, not that one. The one with Tom Cruise when he flying that coke back. I forget what it is, but it's a movie where they talk about, just the transporting of the cocaine back and forth and all that and everything, and that stuff was literally flowing through the streets of America, and young black boys and girls, getting caught up in that whole thing, man. And that's the era that we grew up in.
Yeah, they call it Riverside Great Adventure.
Yeah, it was.
The sad part about it is that it was family members. Your friends' family members.
Yeah.
Your aunties and uncles, your cousins, your neighbors. It took the whole community down.
Yeah.
Not everybody in the community was using drugs.
Right.
But the community was at a loss. I'm talking about kids out 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And people jumping out the windows because they so high. People getting hit by cars because they don't know what to do. People sleeping in the streets. People being carried home.
Yeah.
These are the type of things that we grew up seeing.
Yeah. And not to mention the violence.
Yeah.
Because we grew up in the era where back in the day, we fought. I'm not, making excuses for violence one way or the other, but we fought. And then I'll tell you the story about it. It was a time where there was 30 people with one gun, and then it was one person with 30 guns. That's how the transition went, man, because it was a whole lot of stuff going on. People from all over, on the East Coast at least, coming to our little town to try to create their little empire, man. So it was friction and stuff like that. And we grew up in that. But let me back up about that. So talk a little bit about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to jump in. So, how did your relationship with your step pop change from, you being younger and not in the mix to being a little bit older and in the mix?
It was,
And what was it like before that, and then how did it change?
well, Step Pops, he had my best interest at heart.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a male figure, but a Step Pop isn't really there like he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He's in a relationship with my mom. He's not really there for me.
Yeah.
But he did help out. And I appreciate that. I love him from that.
Right.
But it wasn't too much conversations going on. You should do this, you should do that. More so it came from my mom. But where I got the heat from was my older cousins.
Okay.
Right? And my uncles. This is what you need to do. And older guys in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They would tell you, this ain't what it is out here.
That's right.
We out here doing wrong. Now, these older guys, even though they was doing wrong, they didn't want me to do wrong.
Right.
Right.
But still, I glorified what they was doing. I wanted what they had. Right. Because, many people say it's an excuse, but it's not really an excuse. Now, we had food on the table. We had clothes. I had everything I needed.
Right.
Roof over my head and everything.
Yeah.
But it seems that the name brand stuff mattered when it shouldn't have mattered.
Right.
So I wanted those things, the Jordans, back in the day we had the Ataris. You really couldn't get the Ataris. People don't even know about Ataris. You know what I mean? Kids like, oh, Ataris, man, you old as hell. Yeah, we had the Ataris. We had the little football boards with red dots on there. You know what I mean?
It wasn't even meant on there.
It wasn't even meant on there.
Just dots.
The electric football boards when they
Yeah.
Now this was the times. These are the things that I wanted, but I couldn't get.
Right.
But I still had. But so my Step Pop helped in that way, and right now, the words of the older generation or the older guys was embedded in me.
Right.
Not to go back to what I was and what I was doing, because I know where it led me.
Yeah.
So now when I look, I glorified it then. Today I don't glorify it.
Right.
Because that's not something that I want to do. Right? I don't want to be in the streets. I don't want to be on the corner. You know what I mean? Name brand don't really matter no more because I'm older. But when you think about the jewels that older people give us, just say you're gonna be somebody someday. You don't really think that you don't really think that because you don't know at the time.
Yeah.
But today I am somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm somebody because of what I went through from my past into now.
Right.
And it's more to me just growing up in Riverside and then being from Riverside to Death Row to here.
Wait a minute. Did you just say Death Row?
Yes. So,
tell us how your path went from Riverside to that situation.
But before you jump into that, one more question, because I know a lot of times the jails hear stuff before the streets do. Did your pop ever hear about you and write you or reach out and try to touch base?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
My pop sent me messages through female friends that he had, through family members and aunties and things of that nature. He wrote me a few letters. Said, I love you. You know what I mean? I can't wait to be there with you. Can't wait to hang out with you.
Right.
I don't even question that love.
Yeah.
But that they was letters that okay, all right. Most people say, well, you love me, where you at?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's hard, to somebody say I love you, but they not be there. But I understand now. You know what I mean? If you can understand, like, my pop was stuck in the streets.
Right.
My pop loved the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And being in the streets, my pop hustled. My pop did anything you need to do, but he was a good dude.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But my pop couldn't stop getting high. The same drug that I use, heroin, was the drug that caused my pop's demise. You know what I mean? So now that he gone, those words "I love you" meant a lot.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he no longer here to even say that I love you. But he did get a chance as I was growing up to tell me that. He got a chance to tell me that when we were sitting in the Smyrna gym, sitting on the floor talking.
Right.
Because my pop was in and out while I was incarcerated.
Okay.
You know, my pop wanted to help me when I was incarcerated. But, you know, and helping me was like, man, you better go here and get some money from somewhere. You need to get some money to pay for this attorney to help get your son off death row. My pop ain't had the means to get an attorney to help fight my case. So it was hard for him too. I knew it was hard for him because he wanted to help, but he couldn't help.
Yeah. Right. So, what was your question before
I forgot.
So take us from
Riverside to Riverside to death row.
Yeah.
From Riverside to death row. Riverside, as you say, you know, it was the crack era.
Right.
I grew up in that era. It was, you know, drugs, violence. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I chose. At first, I went to smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
Tried coke a little bit. Now, this ain't something I want y'all to do or try. I'm just saying what I did.
Yeah.
You know,
well, who to do it?
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm not a baby.
Yeah. No, I'm just, you know, speaking to the audience. Yeah, I'm speaking to the audience. I'm speaking to the audience. I'm speaking to the audience. But then, you know what I mean? So, you know, coke was an upper. I didn't like uppers. So, you know, I went to downers, which was heroin. Then it came to be volumes. Then it came to be cake and syrup. All that was just in one mixture.
Wait a minute. Pancakes and syrup?
Pancakes and syrup. As they call it now. What they call it now?
I don't
Sprite.
know what they call it. Oh.
Dirty Sprite.
Yeah, dirty Sprite is, you know. Yeah, but this is, you know, I'm not happy about this, but, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm always smiling. But, yeah, but that there in itself, I didn't know where I was going. Mm-hmm. I thought being in the streets hustling was a good thing and that it was going to take me far.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, my using heroin became my downfall as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was arrested for assault first, and then it became a homicide.
Right.
And a robbery homicide of a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
So using drugs in the time period of the interrogation where they extracted a false confession from me.
Right.
So I said I did something that I didn't do.
Right.
That led me incarcerated in jail for 25 years, 19 years in solitary confinement.
Wow.
Sheesh.
You know, it's 24. I got out in 2015. They rearrested me because they wanted to recharge me after I got out.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed in there 10 months. And then after 10 months, you took an out for plea, which is a no contest plea. And I got out in 10 months.
So you did 24. You came home.
I did 24.
Came home. How long? And you were home for a little bit, right?
I was home doing good.
Yeah, man.
Job.
That's when we
car,
met.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you had to turn yourself back in after it was like you were home for like a year,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
And then when you first got out after the 24, did you even think that you would have to go back and do another 10 months, or you thought you was good?
Nah, I thought I was good.
Oh
man,
I
thought I was good in my head, but I knew what I was up against.
Yeah.
You know, my attorneys warned me that possibly that the Delaware Supreme Court can overturn your case and you can re-enter back in the prison, and lo and behold, that's what they did.
Yeah. And I remember that day.
You remember that day with Coley, and
the whole
good
group
brother,
of us.
the whole group of us.
Yeah.
You know, everybody came together throughout
work,
Wilmington.
went down there and with that brother, man, and we had to march that brother back up to his attorney's office so he could turn himself back in for a crime that he didn't commit.
Yep, that was one of the worst feelings ever, man.
Yeah, that's what it did to your spirit.
Yeah, I'm saying when I had to go back into the precinct, when I turned myself in, my lawyers turned myself in. I got down to Gandy Hill, right?
Right.
My blood pressure was 220 over 190.
Goodness gracious.
Like, you know, me, everybody says, man, you all right? You all right? Me, being the spirit I am, I say, yeah, I'm good.
Right.
But within, I know I'm not good.
Right.
Because this ain't what I wanted.
Right.
You know what I mean? I done did a lot of time. I done did more time. Well, I did time for something that I didn't do. I shouldn't even did a day.
Yeah.
But I did 24, 25 years. Come on. Here I am.
Right.
You know, trying, you know, I'm good. But I still got some things, you know, that going on. You know, I ain't gonna get into all that, what I dislike and what I don't like, because that's another story. But I came home to a lot of love, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Coley, one of the brothers. Them brothers showed me love, man.
Yeah.
They welcomed me. You know what I mean? With open arms. And that's what we need in this society. My mother, you know what I mean? Strong as she is, my family, my sister, my brother, you know what I mean? My family, my aunt, my cousin, they all supported me. Right? Even when everybody was gone, I still had my mom.
Right.
I still had my auntie. I still had my cousins. I don't know if they want me to say their name, but you know, they was looking out for me.
Yeah.
And they was there. But you know, being home, man, I got a different outlook on a lot of things that people probably don't even agree with. Because I don't understand how people could complain when they have a roof, clothes, food on their table, everything that they need. When there's people out there that don't have nothing.
Right.
People incarcerated that don't get no love. Family done left it, done abandoned them. But yet everybody got what they want, but they complain. So that's just one of my gripes, you know, of being home. But being home is good, man.
Yeah.
You know?
You got any kids?
Yeah, I got kids. That's where I was going to get to. Thanks, more.
Okay.
I was going to get to. First, let me say this. To be able to come home and walk in the refrigerator and go get your own water, I don't take that for granted.
Right.
To be able to get up out your bed and go to your bathroom, you know what I mean, in peace.
Yeah.
You don't have no COs shining flashlights in your window. You know what I mean, knocking on your door if you're all right. I don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting up in the morning, being able to get in my car and go to work and come home to my family. You know what I mean? I don't take none of that for granted.
Right.
Because I couldn't do these things. COs was giving me toilet paper. COs was giving me food and taking away food. Food that I bought, they could take away. Now, they can't take that away from me.
Yeah.
Because I'm buying it and I'm keeping it. But I ain't got no CO, I ain't got no chains on my wrist. You know, I had shackles on my feet, I had waist chains, and I had cuffs.
Sheesh.
You know, everywhere I went, I was handcuffed. Today, I'm free. And I go to see my sons. I got two sons, Kwame and Rashad. They both 30 and 29.
So how old were you when you had them? You had them before you
17,
went down.
Before they was both one.
Yeah.
Before I went down. You know, I came home and both 25, 26.
Tell me about when you, so having a kid at 17 is definitely a challenge. I had a child really young as well. Like tell me what was going through your mind when you first found out you was having your first child.
To be honest, when I wasn't nothing going through my mind, to be honest, because I was running the streets.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a kid myself, having a kid. I didn't even have thoughts of what I was going to do as a man to raise kids. I was 17 years old, and a kid coming into my world, you know, it was a blessing.
Mm-hmm. But
I ain't know what the hell was going on.
Right.
I ain't know what the hell I do. I wasn't no man. You know what I mean? I became a man in the artificial world. Today, I'm still learning how to be that man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't know what to do. 17. You know what I mean? My son's mom bring my son's around to see me in Riverside. Then, you know, I had my son, first birthdays. You know, I spent time with my son. You know, I had one Christmas, spent time with my son. Those are the memories that I had when I was incarcerated. I went to go get my kids.
Yeah.
I spent time with them.
Right.
Right. But I didn't know nothing about being no father.
Yeah.
So when I came home, the thing is, I tried to be a father. Well, I tried to step in the shoes of a father, even though I didn't know how to be a father.
Right.
And then me and my sons clash.
And you said they were mid-20s at this point, right?
Yeah, in mid-20s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He mid-20s. You know, I talk to my son, man, you get a job, you know, what you doing? You know, he like, man, he feel like I'm getting on him. He's like, Dad, well, won't you be my friend first? Instead of, you know, trying to be my father and tell me what to do, won't you be my friend first? Get to know me. And he was right. Because I ain't been in his life all those years.
Did y'all have any contact while you were down?
Yeah, they came to see me. They came to see me when they were smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came to see me. But, you know, he was right. You know, I can't come out here and tell him what to do going on all that time.
Yeah.
You know, and today, you know, we got a bond. We good.
Good.
We good. And, you know, we got a strong bond. We hang out. You know, we talk, we laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, work together. You know, one of my sons incarcerated, but, you know, it's my baby, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I just talk to him on the phone, collect call. You know, he good. He maintain it. But we still growing.
Right. Yeah, it's a growing process. It's a growth process, you know, with anybody, whether you've been incarcerated or not.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Being a parent, fatherhood is a growth process, man. It's funny. I was talking to somebody today, like my pop. What's this? 2020.
2020, yeah.
Yeah, my pop is 82 years old, and growing up, I couldn't get a word out of him. But now that he's 82, you know what I mean? You can't stop him from talking. He just talking. He always got something to say. And I appreciate it.
Right.
I love it and I appreciate it. And, you know what I mean? It's like I tell, you know what I mean? Like with you and your father, I can remember coming home. And besides, you know what I mean, the relationship with my own son, having to build that, you know what I mean? I understood I had to build a relationship with my own pop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it took time. And,
Right.
you know what I mean? Communication and the love is always there, but sometimes we don't communicate it. But it took time for us to get there, man. And yeah, I can definitely understand, you know, when you talk about building that relationship over that time and having to have that communication. Absolutely.
That's one thing about, you know, as a father, but I have father figures in my life
Mm-hmm.
that I bond with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that I can call and talk to, and that love me just like if I was their own child.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's important that even if a father is missing, there is always a male figure
Mm-hmm.
that we can go to and try to forge a bond with them to help the kids grow as little men. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the male figures, let me put it this way, for the lack of a better word, mentors.
Right.
Right? Our kids need mentors to help them build and become older kids and then become men.
Right.
Because we missing that.
Right.
Just as I was missing it, we missing that now today.
Yeah.
And you know, I think we all need to reach out, man, to somebody and be supportive to somebody that don't have their father there, man.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of single parents out there.
Nah, I absolutely agree with that, man. And you know, man, as you was talking, I was thinking about something. So while you were incarcerated, you know what I mean, and experience, and I don't want you to get into all that, you know what I mean, because I know some of that stuff is
That's cool.
you know what I mean, it's hurtful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But while you were down, you know what I mean, thinking about your relationship with your own father and your own kids. I mean, what was going through your mind over those 25 years?
Man, I always wanted my pop. You know what I mean? It's funny that, you know, you can be incarcerated and then you can be incarcerated with your father.
Mm-hmm.
And then you talk more with your father being incarcerated than you did a free man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because when you incarcerated, there ain't no time to run around.
Yeah.
Ain't no time to neglect what really is a priority in your life. But to sit there and to have that time, it was a blessing, right?
Right.
But it was also hurtful because when you had your father telling you, look, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then it don't happen, that's the worst. And then become free, right?
Right.
And then come back and sit down and talk to me again and say, look, I'm going to do this, right? And not do it. The last time he said I was going, I ain't going to say exact words, but he said, I'm going to get out here, I'm going to do everything in my power, right? I'm paraphrasing, to help get you out of there. After that, days, weeks later, he OD'd. That was the last thing he saw of me, and I was in maximum security unit, looking out a square window. You can barely see with holes inside the vent. That was the last time I talked to my father. Gone. So hold up, man. But I'm saying, yeah, that was the last time, man. But then, you know what I mean, I miss my pa. I knew my pa meant good, man, but he couldn't get it done, man. But you know, somebody was there for me. You know, God bless me.
Right.
And place good people in my life, man. You know, good attorneys, good investigators. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had my mom though.
That's important.
Yeah, I had my mom.
Yeah.
When you talking about a mom that you know what I mean, shit that now you talk about ride or die, you talk about a mom that's gonna ride or die. I had my mom. And so to speak, people say my mom is my dad. She wasn't really my dad, it's my mom, but she filled both shoes, bro. When I tell you that.
Let me say something. Let me add something there. See, I can remember before you even came home the first time, and like I said, I didn't know your mom. When I came home, I knew your mom. I met your mom, and as things was developing, you know what I mean, I said, let me go around there and introduce myself, because she didn't know me and I didn't know her.
Right.
Introduce, and I can remember going in the house and your mom sitting on the couch, and you know, and I can remember she was, you know what I mean, with her hands, and you could see that
Nerves,
she was, she
Yeah.
was nervous, and she had, it was weighing on her, man. And you know, I can remember, you know what I mean, talking to her and just trying to, you know what I mean, keeping her abreast of what we were doing and trying to help, and you know what I mean, and not knowing whether it was gonna be, man.
Right.
Not knowing how, you know what I mean, just to be honest, not knowing how your efforts was gonna help, but just trying to help a brother, man. And I can remember going back and seeing your mom when you came home and how she felt, and she was happy, but I could still see that she was still a little concerned. That was the first time.
Yep.
And then when we had to when we walked you back up there to the lawyer's office on King Street, and you know what I mean, it's weighing on her. But I remember seeing your mom months ago. You know what I mean, months ago, and she was just going about doing her business. Hey, Miss Dolores, how you doing? I speak to her, and you know what I mean, talk to her, gave her a hug, and you could see the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was at peace.
Yeah.
She was at ease, and you know what I mean, knowing that, man, and thinking about that. And when I think about your mom, I think about my mom and the countless other moms,
That's so
mothers who go through this thing, man, and hoping that they, you know what I mean, get to see their children on this other side, man, and just living and being free and happy and healthy, man.
Yeah.
And
It's many moms, man, that who felt the same way. You know, my mother felt like like Robert Gaddis' mom. You know,
Gaddis, I remember
just
him.
name one person, but I was the youngest on death row, and I was the longest on death row.
Yo, what did that do to your mental? You're 25 years and it's like, yo, I'm on death row. Like these people trying to kill me for something I didn't do.
You go through the motion when somebody is executed, right? You feel that. You would question, am I next? Right? Now, mind you, my appeals, I'm damn near almost to the end, but prior to those executions, which started in 1992, I sat through 16 executions, right? And one hanging. So I think it's 15 executions and one hanging.
You say you sat through them, you had to watch?
No, I didn't have to watch, but I was on
around.
death row.
Yeah,
I was around
all
when they happened. But when it's like when somebody is executed, it's like, damn, you actually walking in the shadow. You're not actually you walking in the shadows of their footstep, because the same way they walked him out of there to the chambers is the same way they was actually trying to do to me. You know what I mean? You know, they come around 20 deep, suited up, shock shields, video cameras, just to take people out. And you can see the life in the guns when they didn't have a date. And you can see the life leave them when they did get a date. You know, when you try to laugh, your laugh ain't a laugh no more, because that crying, that urge to cry wants to overcome that urge to laugh. You know what I mean? So it's you know, when somebody it's complete silence on a tier for a day or two, but then it's back to normal operations because the fight continues, and that's the sad part. But we all live with that. We all know what happened when somebody was executed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still there. It's still there because they was willing to do the same to us. I'm gonna give you a prime example of one of the guy named Brother Weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was a man of God, and we all men of God, and we all had that hope, right? Just like I had hope because I'm an optimist, right? All the way to the end, he got to stay. He came to my door, Brother Marlo. God is good, man. God is good, Brother Marlo. Now they finally about to do something, Brother Marlo. God is good. Hours later, they reversed his case. Execution date. Again. So now they're about to carry this out. You know what he said to me when he came back out?
What's that?
I'm going to meet my maker. He calling me home. He became at peace with what he was about to do. He thought he was going to be free, but his freedom came after they execute him. And that's what he believed. I ain't got to suffer no more. Now me, I always thought that I would be free. I didn't know which way it was going to go.
Yeah.
But until the end, when I say, damn, it's getting to that point. It's getting to that point till we got a different judge and I got a new set of attorneys from the shoe. Like the Jim Marines, the Tracy Allstairs, the Claudias.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the fight was different.
Yeah, that was heavy. That was heavy.
So now that you home, you ever sit around and just like randomly be doing stuff and then be like, yo, I beat Death Row.
Nah, I don't say that.
You don't think about it?
Nah, I don't even think about it like that. You know what I mean? I tell you what though, and this is some real shit. I can sit around and I can read something now and not see something run across that damn floor. So when you lock down the solitary confinement, you by yourself.
Yeah.
So if you reading a book, now it's messing with your mind. You read a book, then out of the peripheral, you thought you seen something. You go up and check and see what it is. Ain't nothing there. I'm serious.
Yo.
That's how it really was.
You was in solitary for how long again?
19 years. 19 years. You know what I mean? You start seeing shit that ain't there. You know what I mean? You start thinking. You know what I mean? People hollering. You know what I mean? People cutting their wrists. You know what I mean? Throwing feces and shit. You know what I mean? Now you got to smell this kind of stuff. It's real, man. Dudes getting beat up by COs, getting sprayed with mace. All this stuff happened, man. I seen all of it. I seen a guy hang himself. And being incarcerated is real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it breaks the baddest dudes down, man. Mentally and psychologically, man. You know what I mean?
It's a twisted environment, man.
Yeah, it's a twist. Yes, it is, man.
Twisted environment.
You know, I'm telling you, man. I made. If I ain't had the personality that I had, man, I probably. I don't know. I don't got the balls to kill myself or cut myself or nothing like that.
Right.
But I probably been on some kind of medication.
Yeah.
That it took me. Like I said, I'm an optimist, so I see the cup as half full rather than half empty.
Right.
But also, the love from those outside, the letters, the phone calls, the pictures, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The commissary, all that means a lot. Yeah. If you ain't got that, then your time is even worse being incarcerated.
Right.
Luckily, I had that, man. And, you know, that helped out a lot, man.
Yeah. I was just thinking, shit, you taking me back. Because it's like, it's a twisted environment. You know what I mean? And it's you know what I mean? You know, I did 14 years, and then I didn't experience nearly what this man experienced. But I can remember the first time, like going into Max, and you know what I mean, dude shitting and squeezing it into a bottle. You know what I mean, and pissing in there, and then pissing in it, and letting it sit and fester, so they can get at another man. Yeah, you couldn't, you know, gas in the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shit, feces, human feces, squeezing it into a bottle. And pissing and letting that shit sit and fester. Yeah. So that you can get at another man, because you can't put your hands on it. Right. So you can, you know what I mean, you can squirt that shit on them. And man,
skunk, it's a skunk smell.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't no damn coward or nothing, right? You know, I'm funny. So we in MSU, you know, I like to rank on jokers and stuff. You know what I mean? Talk about, you know, I talk about Joker in a hell of a way. You hear me? But look. Man, I'm ringing on this Joker, man. Let me tell you something, man. Everybody laughing. The dude told me, Marlo, fuck you. I'm about to get you next. Right? Now he about to splash me with shit. Now I got this hole in my door that this shit about to come under. Right? I'm thinking to myself, man, you better do something fast. So I called him. I said, yo. I banged on my window. I said, come here, man. Let me holler at you, man. I couldn't stand that shit, man. I said, look, I don't want no problems, man. I ain't even going to talk about you no more or nothing, man. Man, you can leave that feces stuff until he ain't hit me, though. But he got my neighbor. He got my neighbor. And, man, that shit reeked so bad, man. I was happy as hell. I left him alone. Man, I'm telling you, man, that's, and you know, it's not funny, but feces and urines and stuff is a weapon in jail.
Yeah.
It's a weapon. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't just throw it on the inmates, they throw it in CO's mouths.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Throw it, this is what they was doing, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, this was real. Yeah, this was real, man. So they start taking the tops off the shampoo bottles and the lotion bottles so nobody won't squirt nothing, man.
Yep.
So then, once they stop that, they start putting it in the milk carton. The milk carton open now, so now it's a bomb. Boom! Now I'm witnessing all this stuff. Ain't no way in hell that I can go in the toilet and grab, you know, I'm going through some shit. You know, people being executed, I'm going through some stuff. Yeah. Man, I ain't going in no toilet getting no feces, man, out there and throwing it on people, man. But the psychological effect of being in solitary confinement, man,
will break you down,
man.
It'll break you down. Damn.
Yep.
You took me all the way back like
Yeah,
that,
man. I'm saying
Shit.
you lived it, Cola. You lived
Yeah.
it too. You know what I mean? You see, we can't talk about what we ain't live
Yeah.
because you being fake, right? We can talk about this because we know what it's like to be incarcerated.
Yeah.
We know what it's like, or you know what it's like not to have your father there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we represent out of the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
This brought y'all together.
Yeah.
This is why y'all gotta play. Because y'all want to see other families, other fathers, and other sons build.
That's what it's about.
That's exactly what it's about.
And hey man, it's rough, man. But I'm home. You know what I mean?
You are home.
I'm home. I got a good
You
girl.
home.
Got a good family. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's shit, man. I ain't complaining, man.
I heard that,
I ain't
man.
complaining, kids. You know.
So what's it been like, man? What's you know what I mean? Let's turn the page, man. Looking at this new life. You're on your second life.
Yeah, I'm on
That's
my
what
second
I
life,
say.
so to speak, yo.
Yeah, I say that. That's my language there. That
Yeah.
I coined that. It's trademark. Don't nobody else
second
use
life.
that.
I'm on my second life.
On
man.
your second life,
I'm
right?
reborn, right?
Reborn.
Yeah.
On your second life, man. How's the second life been to you, man?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Like I was telling her, I think you walked out, man.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's good that I can walk to a refrigerator
Mm-hmm.
and get a soda,
Mm-hmm.
or a beer or something. You know what I
Right.
mean? Make a sandwich. I ain't getting no food shoved through the flap.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? A tray. They come back, take the tray. If a spork missing, the whole tier gets shook down.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get naked. You know what I mean? Squat, cough, and all that old kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. I'm good, man. You know,
Put
I'm
them
working.
in the sink.
Yeah,
Put
I'm
your dish in
working.
the sink and order what's that thing called?
Yeah,
Dishwasher.
Dishwasher. That's
yeah.
that thing.
You said piss in the zinc.
Nah, not piss in the sink. Nigga.
Oh.
Piss in the-
Oh. Yeah,
Put
man.
your dishes in the sink.
Yeah. Put your dishes in the zinc. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look. Man, I ain't trying to be funny. Look. The beauty of freedom, man, is that I have a strong support system, man.
You do.
You know what I mean? And man, it amazes me, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm telling y'all, I'm still growing, man.
Yeah.
I'm still growing as a man. You know what I mean? I go to work, everybody like, why the hell he keeps smiling? Why the hell he keeps smiling, man?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a different kind of dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I can walk around angry.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what people want me to do? I can say, man,
Nah.
well, I don't like the man, but you know, I can walk around angry. And I know some stuff happened to me, but it's just that my spirit won't allow me to do that.
Yeah. Nah, but it's when I think about you, you know what I mean, when I see you, you know what I mean, like you said, most of the time you smile and laugh.
Yeah.
But that's how you was anyway.
Yeah, that's how I was anyway.
You was
before I went
always,
there.
you know what I mean, you were always joking
Yeah.
and smiling and things of that nature, man. But I'm gonna tell you, it take on a different nature to see you now because I see you joking and smiling and laughing and stuff. But you humble.
Yeah.
You humble. Not saying that you was arrogant before, but you humble.
Yeah.
And I can see it in your face, man, that you appreciate what it is that
Yeah.
you got right now,
Yeah.
man.
And don't get me wrong, now I go through shit.
I'm sure you do.
You know, sometimes I suppress my emotions, which is not always good, but I learned how to do that when I was incarcerated.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, it's not good, you know, to be being emotional while you incarcerated. Right. So I'm learning. You know what I mean? My girl be like, yo, what happened to the letters you used to write? You know, you write poems and shit. Because, you know, I can write a little bit too.
Can
but,
you?
Yeah, I can write a little bit. Yeah, Shucky Ducky. Yeah, you know what I mean? I write a little bit. But, you know, I need to get back to that.
Yeah.
I need to tap in
Mm-hmm.
to those emotions. But now that I'm free, you know, just I'm moving.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. You know what I mean? I need to sit down and relax and just tap back into that, man. But other than that, man, it's, you know, good friends, good company, man.
Yeah.
You one of my good brothers, man.
Yes,
my
sir.
brother, man.
Yes, sir.
And you know what I mean? I got a chance to meet Mar, man. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing, man.
My baby.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
man.
Yep.
Marlo,
So-
oh wait,
Good.
I got one more question for you. So after being home, I know you're building this relationship with your son still, right? This is an ongoing process. How have you grown as a father? And what lessons are you teaching your sons?
Well, I try to be there. Well, my sons, they tell me a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the good thing. So I try to be supportive, you know what I mean, emotionally, you know what I mean. I'm not rich, you know what I mean. If something in there I could help, but I think my advice is the best example I can give my kids is what I'm doing myself.
Right.
I get up out of that bed and go to work every day. I'm striving to be a better me.
That's right.
When I go out there and work.
Yeah.
When I go out there and help the community out.
That's right.
They see these things because they be with me sometimes. You know what I mean? Right. So that's the example. Is to be there emotionally and spiritually, man, physically try to help them out, man.
And that's the key to it right there, man. You couldn't say it no better. You know what I mean? The example is something, you know what I mean? Not only do you verbalize what it is that you feel and who you are as a man, but you show them.
Right.
You go out and show them, you know what I mean? Just stuff working, supporting the community, being out there and having a positive attitude, man, looking for the positive, man, and appreciating, you know what I mean, this life that you've been blessed with, man.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful
shit,
thing.
Man. I'm telling you, man, I feel so good. I can walk out here naked. You know? Am I supposed to do that on the podcast? Nah, that's just, I ain't gonna do that, but I'm just saying, y'all understand out there, you know what I mean? I'm free, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm free, man. That's what that mean, man. You know, that's what that symbolize, man.
And for the listening audience, you know, I ain't gonna get too political on y'all, but I'm gonna speak this truth.
Right.
You talking about a man that spent 25 years in prison for a crime that he did not commit.
Right.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be out here right now doing this podcast if he had committed that crime. You know what I mean? For a crime that he did not commit. Yep. Unfortunately, this is not an uncommon thing.
That's true.
We all seen, you know what I mean, the Netflix show When They See Us.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Man, is it called The Man Technique?
The Man Technique?
Yeah. You know that? It might be The Man Technique or whatever. Like I might be misphrasing it, but we all seen it. We understand that, man. That, you know what I mean? And we must be vigilant in that. Be vigilant and protecting, you know what I mean, and looking out for and taking care of our children, our communities, man, to make sure that we always there for them in these challenging times like that, man. Yeah, and I'm filled up.
Yeah.
And I thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
And I love you.
I love you too, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love you, man. And I'm glad and we fortunate to have it here, man. But I'm gonna tell you the biggest blessing out of all this, man. Not just having you here, man, but having my son, being able to meet you and to hear your story, man. You know what I mean? And one of the things we talk about in Out of the Ashes and Missing Dad is, like, I've been through so much and had so many experiences, so many beautiful people, man. And I just want you to continue to learn and meet them, and so that hope that they can pour into and enriching your life, man, and your experiences in life, so you can just grow and just be who you are and just explode with all of your energy and everything that your exuberance, man, from all having all these contacts with these beautiful people, man. And that's that, man. So I thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. And
yes, sir, baby.
And this is Coley Harris, man, and signing out. This is Coley Harris.
Yeah, Lamar Melton, he's here.
Yeah, Lamar Melton signing out for another episode of Missing Dad, man. And that's that.